But anyway, what else do you have in you guys' notes? You said you took a lot of notes on stuff. We'll get away from the money talk now. Let's assume people do what we're talking about here, and they're getting the soil in their hands. What can they do with this soil?
Um, yeah, yeah. Well, regarding to my notes, I had like about like the soil microbes and stuff like things written down and kind of what I had already said mostly. I think yeah, I've said most of that about and Lynn and you kind of like, well, we together really have said about like no tail and about like working together with um well the soil microbes and creating space for them, and that they like take care of well there's like this network of microbes that then take care of it of well each other and the plants and work together. It's like and even like microbes or like if you have like a good like or microbial system going in the soil, meaning you haven't tilled it to death or something, that they take care of the microbial system being like healthy, like to get rid of like the nasty bacteria that would harm the plants too much, because they rely on on the plants and the other good bacteria too, and like the mushrooms, and same with the mushrooms.
Yeah, it's a very interconnected system with all of that. And also, what I could still add is like also the synthetic fertilizers damage those microbiology in the soil. So it's not just the pesticides, but those are, I guess, the worst. But it's all harmful for them. And then ways of like binding carbon more effectively in farming would be to have more diverse plants. So that's one more reason to move from monocropping to more diverse fields, is because it would then also bind carbon. And you would get actually, there was an experiment, the Jenna experiment, that they found that when they were growing 8 different plants on a same space as one plant, they would then compare those. So they compared the amount of carbon that was um, bound, and then also the crop, the crop of it. So both were like, the amount of diversity made it that it bounds more carbon, and even the yields are bigger. So there's no reason why not to move into that kind of thinking more and to experiment with it. I find it very fascinating. Yeah, I think we touched most of my notes in some sense. I had a
Good.
lot about the aging farmers too, and how the young farmers need land, and yeah, I think we touched most of it pretty well.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just thought of something still, but regarding like I guess like oh, with regards to like CO2, it's not just CO2, but it's also like nitrogen, and it's like there's this like these nitrogen fixing plants, and they work together with certain bacteria too, and like there's certain bacteria in general that like do that, and also with like the carbon and stuff like that. I, I think it's also that a lot of like the plant material gets like shipped off somewhere to like be burnt or like made into like whatever other product, but it's like shipping off all this like material that could actually become hummus, forming like a good like top layer. And like the hummus is necessary, or like, you know, the dead plant material becoming hummus is necessary for like there to be like, well, a rich soil. And if you take away all the dead plant material, like, you know, it's taking away all these all of the stuff that could have well fed the system and become hummus, and then you have these all these bacteria taking care of all of this stuff, and then making sure that you get like all of these nutrients back to the plants. And yeah, I think that's still something that I wanted to like add to it.
Yeah.
The soil hummus, like how that's like very important. And also with like
Yeah.
the cover crops and all these different crops and like perennial plants too, that it keeps the soil like there too, like the topsoil, and it doesn't like go away or something, that it like yeah, it gets taken away and then this goes into like the water, because you lose all the nutrients that way.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Leaches it all out.
yeah. And I kind of feel like maybe that's why they had these used to have all these hedges and all these other things there too, to like keep keep it all there, and create like this habitat space, because they would have it all over and they would be all connected too. So there's like would have been like a mosaic of a little farm fields with different crops, with all these hedges going on, and all the birds and animals and other and insects that could go like through the hedges, and they would be able to like well live there too, and like the bees would have like for instance, would have like flowers and other plants to like pollinate while while there are no crops yet, or like, you know, like, or flowers to pollinate. For the entire episode, please check out the description or click on the end screen. And maybe see you next time.